good morning. Welcome into the channel. Super happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to be looking at your energy for the next week via the tarot, astrology, and channeled messages. So let's get into it. We are changing seasons this week, or zodiac season, I should say. We're moving into Scorpio over the next couple days. So there is going to be more of a shift of perspective, shifting towards connecting with the things that you desire, the things that you want to bring into your life. And sometimes we really have to work hard to uncover those things, right? Because we hide them deep down inside of us. We don't believe they're possible or it's not acceptable, etc. And so there is this energy of being or allowing yourself to see those parts of your heart that need a little more nourishment, that need a little bit more support, that actually help you feel like you are thriving. And connecting with people, partnerships that support those things, that also engage in those things with you. And we've been seeing a lot around partnerships lately with the sun being in Libra. Dynamics are being highlighted and it's very awakening, right? It's those moments of clarity where we have to make decisions about people, about dynamics, what we're gonna allow, and what is just not supportive, not fit for us. So we'll start with an energy cleansing to set the tone, set the vibe, cleanse out any blocked, unwanted energy. Also do a little blessing for you, a little blessing for me for the reading as well. Definitely set your own intention during this time. If you have messages you would like to receive or questions answered, give those to Spirit now. And it's a great way to personalize these collective readings. I also do personal readings. So if you're interested, hit me up. I would love to help, support in whatever way you need. And I do energy healing and holistic wellness consultation if you want an overall revamping of the mind, body, and soul. All right, let's get going. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not serving your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we can see and understand clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love, divine feminine love. Amen. All right, so we are looking at, these messages are always timeless, but I am recording them, this for the week of October 20th through the 26th. So we're at the tail end of Libra season, moving into Scorpio season. Like I was saying, still coming off of a full moon, we are in the waning phase, and it is a time to just reflect, release, let go, do some healing, especially as we are making transitions and especially as we're dealing with the things that are really difficult, that are really kind of like gritting against your heart, against your emotions, how you feel about that person, that situation, that dynamic. And the change that is happening is what I'm hearing. There's been a lot of the water element in the astrology, and it continues. We're moving into Scorpio, which is a water element in and of itself. So it's going to stir up, it's going to provoke, still, like we had this energy last week, it's going to continue to kind of highlight how you are feeling around things that you love, that you care about, things that are precious to you. And it's not all, roses and rainbows and, beautiful meadows, beautiful fields. Like, there's actually things that are making you feel sad and depressed, and the energy can be heavy at times. We do a little bit of an up and down this week. So there is some tension in the air for sure. It heightens towards midweek, and then it kind of dissipates as we head into the weekend. And again, a lot of it is associated with those feelings that I was talking about. It's maybe a little bit of the shadow side, or I'm hearing like this being afraid of the dark. That's specifically what I'm hearing. Like, so this value of like, it's fear of the illusion. It's fear of what's perceived to be true, but might not in fact actually be true. And that energy is bringing in a little resistance, limitation, stagnation. And it's difficult because there's not a lot to work with this week. We've been kind of just in this really weird time where nothing's really moving. Nothing's getting resolved. There's not a lot of finality happening. And Scorpio is actually, it rules the 8th house, which is all about transformation, changes, death, and rebirth. It's a time where we can connect with those deeper parts of ourselves, our intuition. It has more of the occult, the mystical vibes this season, hence, Halloween's not there's also the Day of the Dead at the end of the month. So it's respecting the spirit world. It's respecting what we sense and feel on those finer layers, as well as crossed over loved ones, angels, spirit guides, higher beings, however you resonate with that. And it is causing you to push into this space of spiritual power, calling upon those places of yourself, finding a little bit more confidence in the things you want, irregardless of what's transpiring around you. It is time to shift the focus, because this has been in our blocked energy for too long. The things that seem big, bad, and scary, that you've been there, done that. Like, you've gone through it. It's time to let go of the anxiety. It's time to release some of that fear. Again, it's a little challenging this week because we have this Desert card, which really just reminds that there's not a lot happening. And so sometimes it's like twiddling your thumbs, idle hands are the devil's playground. I heard that once and I think it's kind of a funny saying. It's true though, and that's where we have to bring our awareness and clarity. It's commitment, it's practice, right? It's continuing to invest in yourself. And choosing yourself first, right? Not pointing the finger, not blaming. Yes, justify your hurt and your pain, right? But yes, this is about your own empowerment. And I do feel like you're getting a lot of messages around this beginning of the week where you're starting to just see things a little more clearly in terms of how you can better control, how you can better navigate situations so they're not falling flat on their face, or you're winding up in this pattern yet again. And you're really kind of looking at it from this space of shifting out of it. I think the hope on the other side of the coin, if you do continue to press forward, there's this sense of hope, right? You can sense the empowerment underneath. And the more you draw near to this, the more you kind of allow your soul to reveal to you what needs to be done, the more powerful, the more this power will come out. Right now, it's being hidden. And again, I feel like it's directly related to this fear, to the perception and not the reality. Maybe this is like a belief you've been operating under for quite some time. and it's hard to shake. And yeah, so bringing out that Queen of Swords energy, I was thinking about her this morning and just that value. It's like, it's about making the best decision, right? Not the one that feels the best, but the one that is the best. Sometimes in life, we have to remove the emotion out of it. And right now, it's the hardest thing to do because our emotions are going like this, you know? We feel one way about a situation one day, completely opposite the next, etc. We're being pushed and pulled, challenged. If you actually believe in what you are thinking, feeling, saying about a situation, about a person, is it truly in alignment with your truth? Or is it something that is, victim mentality, keeping you stuck in the fear and the unknown? Because Spirit is saying, yeah, you have moved forward to a certain capacity and you see things for what they are. And now it's starting to live out of that faith. And that's where Mars in opposition to Pluto makes it a little bit difficult at the beginning of the week, because it's like, we want to just keep our things in their nice little packages, right? Like we want to just believe in the best, hope for the best, etc. But the Ace of Swords brings truth. It brings reality, and in a way that might be a little bit harsh. So I'm hearing like you're having to contend this week with some of the stuff that has transpired. We've been seeing people, situations trying to pop up, trying to, feel out the territory, assess where you're at, etc., how much you'll give. And I feel like it has been playing with your mind a little bit, but now you're moving in this way where you are seeing things a little more clearly because you haven't been reacting, right? Maybe you haven't been communicating. Maybe you've been choosing to sit and wait and watch on the sidelines as things are evolving. And yeah, there might not be, and I would probably guarantee, in fact, there's not a lot going on the surface, especially this week, but there's a lot that's happening underneath, right? And it's giving you an opportunity to connect with or bring in those alignments, right? Like I always think about how in manifestation, we do have to do that spring cleaning. We do have to release. We do have to let go. As I was saying, in order to like bring something new in, right? So as I was saying in the beginning, Libra season has really highlighted these partnerships for us. And now Scorpio season gives us an opportunity to start pruning, bringing out those shears and clipping where necessary, because you might feel or you might currently have a lack of support that in and of itself can be really overwhelming. And sometimes when we feel desperate or aren't dealing with, just the realities of situations, it can force us to make decisions that we wouldn't normally otherwise, and like I was talking about, midweek, the energy starts to kind of become a little bit more tense, especially in relation to our emotions. I feel like these have been highlighted for the past couple weeks, right? We really have to find a way to balance and control what is going on. And to the point that right now, okay, so you might not be seeing 100% how you want things to be in this moment, but it doesn't mean that it's not coming. I'm hearing this frozen lilacs is like it's frozen in time right now. There's other things that have to sort themselves out, and it is specifically related to your empowerment and how that plays out in your day-to-day life. It's difficult because one of the main aspects this week is Sun tensely aspected to Pluto. So it's going to rub our ego, a little bit the wrong way. And as much as we can see the dream, or you can see how you want your life to look, it feels like nothing's happening. It's almost like you're hitting a clear glass, clear wall. You can see it on the other side, but something keeps blocking you. That's what it feels like. And you don't like it, you know? I mean, no one likes it, right? So it's committing to the practice, 1444 on the clock. And that's all about building our structure, our stability, our foundation. That's also been highlighted as we are seeing these things, about people, situations, our heartbreak, our pain, etc. We have to make adjustments. I was watching this video earlier today, and it really was just talking about what it means to be confident. And sometimes it is making these harder decisions. When someone or something does X, Y, and Z, then I have to put up these boundaries. It's hard because there is still a lot of pain and heartbreak, and it would be easier if you were already on the other side. It would be easier to forget, but at the same time, it also gives a greater chance to repeat those patternings, repeat those mistakes. And that's why it's taking a minute, because you have to find your own confidence within yourself right now to make those changes. It's making that cognitive choice, right? Being able to say, I am worthy of, I deserve. Saturn is going to go direct next month, November 15th, mid-month. Yeah, something like that. Sorry, it sounds weird coming out. And so we kind of better make sure that we've had that awareness around our feelings and our emotions are triggering and how that affects the decisions that we make. Maybe not, maybe not the most fun thing to look at in life, our woundings, etc. But the more we have self-awareness, the stronger, the better choices we're actually going to make for ourselves. So yes, it might be painful to look at, but now is the time to do it, right? Because Pluto's also going to be moving into Aquarius mid next month as well, around the same time. And so this is setting the stage. This is setting the groundwork for how you want your life to look. Finding a little bit more balance, finding a little bit more autonomy, but also reciprocity. Believing that you can sustain within yourself. Also trusting yourself that you will choose the right relationships to have. And I'm not saying like these relationships have to be perfect, but it's understanding the exchange, right? It's not about hierarchy. It's not about one person is greater than or lesser than. It's harmony. It's teamwork. It's coming together and being able to work for a common goal, respecting one another in that way. And a lot of what has been surrounding you now is these people, these situations that play games in a primitive, self-destructive, hurtful way, you know? And it has been really painful. I think that you still have questions. I think that you're still resisting it to some capacity. Venus is tensely aspected with Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. And so there's still this part of you that wants to believe in the best, right? Or wants to take responsibility or hopes that this person, this situation is not that way. However, it's very important right now to kind of have those come to Jesus moments with yourself, which will be happening naturally, like as the week progresses, right? So we move into Scorpio season, things start getting a little bit more intense as the week progresses. And then, like I said, end of the week, there's more peace. What was interesting to me is there's more of the fire element in the astrology. So fire brings movement. It pushes us forward. It gives us our passions. It reignites the belief, the hope, the drive, so to speak. And that is the power that you will be stepping into. Yeah, there's some shitty things happening, but you're more hopeful. You're more confident and more hopeful. It's just still being flexible, right? Maybe not having everything planned out is what I'm hearing. Allowing the energy, allowing the daily situations to reveal to you your answers, what you need to do, because there is wisdom gained from continuing that perspective of observance, recognizing that things are still in the process of changing. So there needs to be some flexibility, making sure that you're not getting too stuck in one idea or way of thinking, feeling about it, because Mars is also negatively aspected to Pluto, and Mars can be resisting the change or forcing the change, right? Forcing the agenda is what I'm hearing. You want to make sure that, like, having your boundaries, right? Understanding that things are changing, they are evolving. I want to clarify this Justice card because there is some stuff lingering in the background. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so what I'll say to this, and we can get into this a little bit more this week, but like, there is still some issues lingering in the background. And I feel like that's also this part of you that's still kind of moving through this change and still feeling a little bit stuck to that change. But just remember, I feel like things are moving forward. They are shifting in your favor as long as you are choosing to be honest and open and aware, right? Like, maybe be open to other perspectives, other ideas, other forms of wisdom, not directly with the person you are having conflict with. This feels like outside wisdom, right? Maybe something that you seek out to bring in a little bit more balance and harmony into the pain and the sadness that you're feeling. We don't want to avoid this week. But like I was talking about, support might feel a little bit limited. So you need to be able to find that within yourself. And there does feel like I said, something is still kind of burning in the background, and it feels a little triggering. It feels like it is directly related to some of this emotional stuff that you've been going through, that you've been feeling. So be really mindful of that. It's a dot your I's, cross your T's type energy where you're not just like, oh, nothing's happening, so I'm just going to completely forget. It's not good to forget right now, right? Because you're building something really beautiful. You're pushing towards your happiness. As much as there might be pain interwoven in that journey, in that process, you still feel good. And there's someone that you still need to shake. Like I'm seeing, it's like a person like shaking a dog off their leg. That's what it reminds me of. You need to shake them off. Like, get them off your back is what I'm hearing. And this is someone who does have like a very specific agenda. And we've been seeing this pop back up. Okay. See, this is opening a whole new. Okay, there's our Knight of Wands. So this is opening up, like, there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. That's what I'll say. I feel like I shouldn't get too deep into this as of right now. I feel like this is going to be coming through in our daily readings. So definitely check back if you're interested. But what I'm seeing topically about this is, I feel like there's still kind of, as I was saying, some stuff that is going on in the background. And you can feel this. Intuitively, you can pick up on it. And I feel like you don't need to pay attention to it, but also remember that it is still there, There is this part of you that might need to be a little bit more gentle on yourself in regards to trust is what I'm hearing. It's all a part of the process. It's all a part of the journey. Yes, I can understand why you're nervous because there are a lot of eyes on you. There are a lot of people waiting, watching, seeing how things play out. And a lot of people have their own agenda. They have their own motive. But at the end of the day, right? Like, you're in charge of your life. You're in charge of what you want, how you want to see things unfold. And this is a game. This is an act of balance this week. Control. Yeah. Like, being able to control your own emotions and feelings in situations, not meaning that you can't feel those feelings, but know how to deal with them appropriately. Because there are some people that are poking, that are seeing, you know, what kind of they can get, right? These people who are kind of in the background waiting to sting, waiting to bite, right? Yeah, 100%, right? Waiting for that explosion. And I feel like this is more their energy. It's more about them. Like, it's a pressure cooker. It's them keeping things inside. And there is some explosive energy that is coming through. And for you, it's just like knowing how to balance it, how to handle it, you know? I feel like there's something, it's not fun. It's not fun being the recipient of that type of energy. But what I'm hearing is there's actually going to almost be this confirmation. It's confirmation of getting away from, walking away. You get some sort of validation this week. And I feel like it is going to make you go through some mucky stuff, right? Like I was saying, we have a lot of water element emotions all over the board midweek. And so riding out those waves, not becoming subjected to it, but really kind of like just standing in your own power. And then you're going to have something to celebrate end of the week. I love that. So beautiful. So beautiful. Such a powerful reading today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you found messages that resonated with you. I would love to hear if you did. Definitely drop comments below. It blesses my heart to always hear from you guys, or just connect with a little love, little TLC. That's definitely my vibe. So thank you for all the love and support you bring to the channel. I super appreciate you. I hope you have a fabulous week. Sending all the love and blessings your way.